Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, this is the voice of the only coach Judah. My name is Judah DME. I'm a life purpose coach and inspirational speaker. I help people to discover their life purposes and I teach them how to best maximize their God-given potentials. I've done this on different platforms I initiated myself or I've had the privilege to leverage on to help people to achieve the very same thing. Alright, so and it is a delight to be doing this again. Alright, so this is, if you are just joining, but when you are just joining today, this is the second episode of my YouTube videos, and it's such a joy for me to be doing this. Alright, so I think I said last week, and I just felt necessary to reiterate that the essence of having this video is because over time I've had a depth of many things that I wanted to share. There are topics that I wanted to address, not just on the surface, but in details, in depth, but I've not had that such liberty. Over time, my areas of output, and doing many of the things that I do has majorly been about, writing, putting out write-ups, throwing out slides. Of course, I've had audio courses, and peradventure, you've been part of any of my live sessions, be it on Facebook or Instagram, or you've even been part of any of my Twitter Spaces sessions before. What a good so congratulations to you, you say. Alright, so my YouTube channel is to help address issues that need to be addressed in depth and help people to gallivant through life in the areas of leadership, purpose, destiny, potentialities, prosperity, anything that is kingdom and necessary as much as possible, right? So, and I just felt it was very thoughtful to create a YouTube channel to address all of these issues. Okay, so today is the second episode, just like I said, and today we're going to be looking succinctly into 5 major areas that you to find yourself in. Alright, so I am personally motivated and interested, if you've known me for a while, about topics that has to do with life's purposefulness. Alright, I believe very strongly that there is an essence to people's life than just existing. In fact, one of the quotes that I think I've listened to that has blessed me mightily over time is the fact that you start to exist the day you're giving birth to, or you start to live the day you discover and you live out your purpose. Alright, so that means that living is not measured by the level of breath in your nostrils. Living is actually measured by how much you align to the discovery and to the fulfillment of purpose. To the discovery and fulfillment of purpose. Such a very powerful, such a very thoughtful quote, right? So that means that you do not actually measure how much, just like say that I want to measure the centimeter of a particular length, right? So the actual unit to measuring living is not by the breath in your nostrils. What a very interesting thought, actually. I find that very interesting, because many people have over time described the fact that they are existing, that they are breathing, they have breath in their nostrils by living. And there is a dimension of that living, but when we are talking about purposeful living is actually not measured by that level of breath that you have in your nostrils. Alright, so I'm going to be sharing along that area. I find out over time, painfully, that many people seem to be very sincere, many people seem to be very honest, and but there seems to be this this gap of knowledge when it comes to what is my life supposed to be like. I think it's one of the deepest life questions you can ever ask. When I had the time some years ago to do some researches on topic about purpose and find out what exactly is purpose, and I came to realize the fact that purpose is something that is deeper than what. I think my mentor, Dr. Samuel Ekwanda, once said something. He said one of the hardest questions to answer in life is the question why, like WHY, right? So if you ask people that what is your name, they can tell you my name is Judah. Who are you? I'm a life purpose coach. You can say something like, a lot of questions. Where are you? I'm in my room. When are you going out? I'm going out in about 2 hours time. So those questions are simple, but you ask why. They're like, why? Like I literally can ask why. Like, why? Do you get what I'm trying to say now? Or why what? So the question why tends to address things deeply. The question why is a very difficult question. It's not as simple or as easy as every other kind of question asks. As simple and as easy as other kind of other questions look like. So the question why is depth, and purpose answers the question why. Do you get that? Purpose answers the question why. So I'm interested in just sharing very briefly about 5 major things that you must find out before you die. 5 major things that you must find out before you die. Just to share alongside, I'm trying to scratch the topic, the surface of the topic of purpose. Can we dive in now? Awesome. Right. So number 1 thing that you must find out before you die is your source. Numbers, I'm going to list them, then I'm going to explain, right? Your source, your identity, your purpose, your potentialities, and your destiny. I repeat again: your source, your identity, your purpose, your potentialities, and your destiny. All right. So the question of source tends to address the very beginning of something. We know definitely and for sure, for a surety, that everything comes out of something. People will say, at times people will say that something came out of nothing. It's actually not true. Just because that something is not, how should I say it now? It's not seeable. Let me use that word. If there's any English like that, it's not physical. Doesn't mean that thing does not happen. That thing came from nothing. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? Yes. So, what is the source of a man? It's one of the questions that you must understand. You see, as simple as it looks like, many people are still struggling to find out their source. Struggling to find out where they emanated from. But I know one thing definitely and for sure, that we all came from God. You see, I've had the chance to address many issues around the topics of purpose over time, and I hear variations of ideologies and opinions. Opinions around what people think about purpose. In fact, some people feel like purpose is being a pastor. Like when you're being purpose, like God, seriously. How would you think that way? Like, of course, that's an innocent thought, right? And that's why I'm here to guide you. So it's not. I'm not trying to mock, right? So I'm just trying to say that it's being purposeful is much more than being a man of God. Why? It doesn't have to. You don't have to. Everybody has something that defines the essence of their life. So if you are living and you have breath in your nostrils, then there is something that must explain you bigger than the ability to eat, the ability to drink, talk, and things that are so natural. Your purpose is something that is supernatural. It is beyond your natural existence. And I think we said that already. However, for you to catch a revelation of the identity of a person or many other things about a person, you need to trace first the source. So when you have the ability to trace the source, then you have the capacity to give other explanation to other things about that thing, about either person, or about whatever you're putting into consideration. So the question of where you emanate from is one of the deepest life questions you must answer and come to a conviction of before you die. It is very painful that and I've had the opportunity to converse with a couple of people, and I hear their various opinions about their source. We didn't come from true. We don't come from we appreciate the place of scientific knowledge, but we know better, right? We didn't come from a monkey. Is it a monkey that science students help me? Whatever is that theory? I don't know. It's I've seen a lot of things, and I'm just surprised. Like, wow, seriously. And while there may be obvious justifications, you see, man has the innate and inherent capacity to find a switch or an alternative to explain certain things that seems to be mysterious to them. So just because you do not have the ability to give expression or to give explanation to certain things does not exactly mean that the proposed alternative is the exact. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So our source is from God. God is the creator of man and the universe. And or let me speak for myself, I am that man. See, the day you catch a revelation that you are created by God, who created the heaven and earth, the only and almighty God, then you begin to see yourself in the light of who you really are supposed to be. I don't want to go ahead of myself, but you need to catch that revelation and come to a point of conclusion and acceptance that you are actually created by God. That's the first question you must answer in life. Question of source. Number 2, question of identity. Who are you? In fact, I really got to a point. I took time to study, and I saw that people's reflex reaction and expression and what they do literally is primarily predicated on the fact, on the thoughts about themselves. Let me give a very simple example. If you are born to be an eagle, I think I once read a book many years ago by Joyce Meyer titled Never Give Up, and she shared a story, a very popular story of an eagle. And is do you call it an eagle now? I think a baby eagle is eaglet. I don't know, English students, please help me, or if you know better, right? So the eagle gave birth to this small eagle, and the small eagle learned to live around chicks. Chicks are just the what do you call them, baby chickens now. So chickens flaps, they flap. Chickens, they flap, but eagles, they soar. They fly. Many people are actually flapping when they are supposed to be soaring, because the environment has not given you the liberty to give expression to your real identity. You've only learned to live by the dictations of your environment. You've learned to live by the dictations of your society. So you need to rise up, come up either to a bigger light and illumination of exactly who you really are. I have a book on this. I'm going to drop the link in this next session, in the caption before I end the video. So you're going to get a link to the book that I titled Finding Your Identity. Who you really are, just finding your identity. So your real identity is something that is a question that you must sit down to answer. That who am I? And remember that I said that if you don't catch a revelation, you have a revelation of what your purpose is, you cannot catch a revelation. If you don't catch a revelation of where your source is, you can never catch a revelation of what your purpose is. Are we good? Now the third thing you must find out is your purpose. Purpose is the reason that justifies your existence. I said the other time that you are just existing if everything you are doing is just to breathe, but you are living to the extent to which you are aligned to the discovery and the fulfillment of purpose. So you need to understand that when it comes to your purpose, it is something that you must dig out. Now listen very carefully. Purpose only comes by revelation. However, revelation does not invalidate the fact, does not necessarily mean that because when you see revelation, people just feel like, wow, so I have to dream, or I have to see a vision. Not necessarily. It only means that it has to come through a dimension that is revealed to you. Because purpose is not created, purpose is discovered. There's difference between you creating something and there's difference between you discovering something. Something that is created was never existing, but something that you are discovering was existing but was never found. And it is one of the things that I'm going to help you, that there are very different ways to find out your purpose. Then the fourth thing that you must find out are your potentialities. Now your potentialities, which you can also call potentials, they are your advantageous leverages in life. Your advantageous leverages in life. These are the things that gives the manifestation of your purpose wings, literally. Alright, they give it wings, literally. Your potentialities can be categorized into three major things. Number one are your talents. Number two are your passion. Then number three are your skills. Right? So there are three major expressions of your potentialities, right? So you have your talent. Now, what are your talents? Your talents are things that you are naturally good at. However, your passion are things that you love to do, but you don't have the capacity to do. You have the natural flair. You wish you could become that thing. And while we grew up, we have certain areas of interest, but we were never good. They were never our area of expertise because we were not good with it. Either of these things, because I've had the chance to talk to people and they tell me literally that I don't have any talent. While there are debates on is it possible for somebody to have a talent or not to have a talent, I think I choose to believe that there are certain people who have the inherent ability to do certain things naturally, but there is nobody that does not have a level of potentiality. Let me tell you one thing about purpose. Purpose is such that you need your potentialities. You need to leverage your potentialities to fulfill your purpose. There's a thin line between maximizing your potentials and fulfilling your purpose, all right? Maximization of potentials is going to give you the ability to give expression to your nature, to the things that makes you to be, how shall I say it now? To the things that makes you to be unique. However, fulfillment of purpose is when you now leverage on those potentialities to give expression to the mandates that God has committed into your hand. Do you get that now? So, if you are not talented, then you are passionate. If you are not passionate, then you have a skill. So this is one thing I tell people. I don't think I'm in for the argument or the conversation of, okay, am I talented or am I skilled? This is simple. If you don't have something, if you have something that you are naturally good at, then those are your talents. Those are and they contribute directly to your potentialities. Why? Because they are your advantageous leverages in life. Advantageous from the word advantage, right? So now, but there are times that you may not have something that you're exactly good at, or you have the natural ability to do. However, there is something you love. So find out that thing and build a level of skills in that area. You see, one thing I found out in life, that people who are skilled in an area where they are passionate about, and people who are talented and they've given expression to that talent to its peak, eventually they look like the same. It does not matter. As a matter of fact, it doesn't matter either you feel like you're talented or you feel like you are passionate about something that you need to learn more about. However, there's a level of development to every kind of potentials. But I just need you to understand that everybody has a potential. If you don't think you're a talent, at least you have a potential. So let's give it a generic name. Is that awesome? Then finally, let's talk about the place of destiny. Destiny is not the same thing as purpose, even though there's a dimension of interconnectedness between them. Destiny talks about a point in time, and destiny. Destiny talks about a point in time where the fulfillment of your purpose finds manifest expression. So destiny is actually not the same thing as your purpose. You must find out what your destiny is. When you see, this makes you to understand the different timings and seasons of your life and what you are supposed to do. I think I'm going to find out. I'm going to put up a YouTube video on how to notice on how to have knowledge about the different times and seasons of your life. I think there was an audio course I once released. Probably I'm going to send that when I'm addressing the topic by then. But there's the life of every man. If you're a man and you have breath in your nostrils, when man, I mean like a male man and female man, right? So, and you have breath inside of your nostrils, you know definitely that there's something you're supposed to be doing every time and every season. Every time and every season. So the knowledge of who your source is, of what your identity is, of what your purpose is, of what your potentialities are, and of where your destiny or what your destiny is going to give you a balanced knowledge of the prerequisites that you need to gallivant through the journey of life, purpose, and destiny. All right, so till we meet again, my name is Judah Adiyemi. It was a delight to have you here today. And if in case you've missed out on the past video, you can just go there and just check out the video, because I shared very awesome things there, even though it was the introductory video. So, and I would love that you comment, you share this video to other people, and of course you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Till we meet again, love you.